Good evening, everybody. August 2nd, 2021. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. And man, do I love it when a plan actually goes to plan. This, as I went over last night, is probably our C wave in this correction here. Waiting for this blue 4 to complete. And C waves typically have 5 waves. I said this is probably our 1 and our 2, which means this green box right here is where our 3 should go, and you can see we struck that earlier today. So there's the 3, beautiful. And then right here is where 4 should strike, and you can see briefly after we struck 3, we came up and hit beautifully in the 4. So we're gonna move that right there. And so now we're waiting on 5, and based on this, 5 should go anywhere between 38, about 38,050 to 37,6, yeah, 37,640, somewhere in that range is kind of the ideal range. So, like I said last night, I am going to start taking my profits on that short in that area right there. Because of this playing out and that being the ideal place for that to go. So we have just a little further down to go for this to be called sort of the ideal place for it to bottom. The other thing that we were looking at, again, was potentially this right from the midline here of this consolidation, midline to the top, and then taking the same distance downwards from the midline gives us this $37,000 target. So that is possible that this 5th wave extends, of course. So, you know, I would not be surprised to see this come down just a little further and tag that 37K range. But realistically, I think we're probably going to see it hold above that, somewhere at 37,000 and above. Now that being said, this is still, it can still legitimately go even further down. And I think the way that it would do that is if I'm incorrect about this being the top of 3 right here. If the top of 3 instead is here, then what we are going to see is an A, B up somewhere, and then a C down further into this box. So just keep that in mind as a possibility, but basically nothing is changing about my plan. My plan was always to short in this region, which I did, and then start taking profit basically throughout this entire region and flipping long, which I'm going to do. So my shorts I'm taking profit on, and I'll probably start building a long position here. As those shorts get closed, I'll start opening up some longs as well, especially if we get down closer to 37 and anywhere between 35 and 37. This whole range right here would be ideal for longs. If this bottoms out here and gives me a nice indication that we're actually done, so I would have to see, like on the micro, probably 5 waves up like this, something along those lines from this box. Then I'll probably add some additional longs in that next little pullback that happens after that, because that would give us a nice 1 and 2 up to start us off for the final 5th wave here in this move, which should take us out here somewhere between 44 and 47K. So that's still the plan on that. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good summary there. Still waiting for this ideal box to hit. Looks likely that it's going to hit overnight, so I expect that some of my shorts are going to hit their take profit and potentially get some longs in overnight. So we'll see where we are in the morning, and if anybody has questions, obviously feel free to ask in the group. All right, good night, everybody.